god.
What's up, Royals? We're back again here today, but today we have a special guest. You know, a former Royal, but you know, once a Royal, always a Royal. Ryan.
Hi, I'm I'm Ryan Thomas. I went to school here forever ago, and I played in a band called the Bootleg Glory.
Good stuff. All right, so today we'll be talking to Ryan about what it was like doing music and like all the little parts of it, and just who Ryan is in general. So, but first, let's get a bit of backstory, right? So, how was St. Stephen's overall when you were here?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely different. I don't even know if there was YouTube at this point when I was here. I was probably just starting. I had a good experience. I came back for like half a semester afterwards because I didn't know really what I wanted to do. Really found a home in Comtech class.
Yeah.
So I really liked recording and audio and video and all that stuff. But yeah, positive experience. I don't know. It's been so long ago I can barely remember it.
It's all good. It's all good. So, from what I know, Bootleg Glory started from here. It was basically, the seed was here.
Yeah,
that's what carried it
all
on.
the guys went to school here. Originally, and we were under a different band name called Us and Them at the time, and we played the Battle of the Bands around town and stuff like that, and really just did it because we always wanted to hang out and play music, and ended up kind of turning into something. We recorded songs in the Comtech classroom because that was our project at the time.
Yeah.
It was fun. But yeah, that's all of us went to school here. We all graduated from school here, and I think everybody had a pretty positive experience.
Yeah. See, like, I have a few friends. I'm pretty into audio, video, and all that stuff myself. And I always try to get people into it. Just try to hey, maybe you should just hold the camera real quick or something like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are camera shy and are afraid of being embarrassed with music and stuff.
Yeah.
So pretty lucky to have found 4 other people that just loved it.
That was the interesting thing. Is I think we all just wanted to do it to fit in our own way, right?
Yeah.
It's we kind of found something we were kind of good at, somewhat good at anyways at the time, and we're okay, well maybe we could all be a little cooler if we all play music together, and we can all make each other better at playing music and doing that. And really, it is kind of unique to find people that want to get in front of a camera or get up on stage and do something that's pretty uncomfortable for most people.
Yeah.
But I think it's a little bit easier, especially when you have 4 other guys that are kind of in the same situation. I couldn't imagine doing it by myself, going up there on stage. It would have been way worse, but you always had your buddies, right?
Yeah. So, did it make you popular? That's a good question.
Absolutely not, no. So if you're trying to get in music just to be popular, just give that idea up right away. You gotta really love, playing music and what you get from it. And everybody gets something different out of it, I think. So, whether that's being able to be creative, whether it's being able to express yourself, or get over things, and a way of therapy for some people.
Yeah.
Or just some people really like attention too, and just want to have some attention on them, and that's music can give you that as well. But I forget the question. I rambled too long. Sorry.
Doesn't even matter. So, you said that you were always into the technological aspects, so recording, video editing, and stuff like that. So, were you always from a child musical, artistic, creative like that, or was it just you know what, the band sounds nice?
Yeah, honestly, I think I got a guitar because I heard some Metallica song, and I don't even really like Metallica anymore, but I think every guitarist at first is oh yeah, that sounds cool, I think I want to try that. My dad always played music and was always at campfires and stuff. He was that guy playing music, so I thought that was kind of cool. I think your dad's cool at that time still, right? And so I wasn't huge into music until I kind of just picked up a guitar and tried to play a Metallica song, and then slowly you learned about a whole bunch of different artists and musicians, and my style of music now is blues and big band stuff is what I'm into, which is so far away from Metallica, but I think you kind of grow with that. But most of the other guys were a little bit more artistic than I was, getting into it.
So, like you were saying beforehand, you guys don't know, like you were the vocalist.
Yeah.
Right. On Bootleg. Right. So they'll have to add in the extra pause, you know, just to make it a bit more dramatic. Keep it in their heads, you know.
There you go.
Get a few more plays on YouTube. Just this is broadcasting. This is what you gotta do. Right. So, did you write anything, or was it?
Yeah. So, first of all, as being the vocalist, I didn't start as a vocalist. And I remember it was like New Year's Eve or something, and I was like, I want to learn how to sing. And I was like, you're never gonna know how to sing. You're a terrible singer. And I went and I was like, all right, well I'm gonna go try and learn how to sing. And then I remember going to my mom and I was like, oh yeah, check this out. Like, what do you think this sounds like? She's like, oh, you're really bad. Like, don't sing, just play the guitar. So, if anyone tells you you can't do something, and you really want to do it, just keep trying. We need like a board with like the questions so I cannot get off track.
This is like think podcasts type thing, and we're just using these as like jumping points to go off to whatever.
Yep.
All right. See, I used to write art.
Oh right. Right.
Yeah.
So we all actually kind of wrote songs. I would say, you know, about 20. We all wrote about 20% of the songs, and we wrote collectively a lot as well. Like one or two people collectively. It's hard to write 5 people all at once. So, and like how it comes from writing, how we did it was either one person would have a good idea, a verse, a chorus, and you know, an idea for the song, bring it to a second person who will add on to it, and then those 2 people will bring it to the other 3 guys. So then you kind of put together all the, you know, whatever cool drumming. I'm like, oh yeah, do that, and the drummer's looking at us like, okay, that's not really how drums work.
Do that one cool thing, like remember
Yeah.
that one time, like back.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel yeah. Alright. So that's cool. That's cool. Cause I like to write and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Poems and lyrics.
Yeah.
Right.
You got any for us?
Sadly, my phone's on the floor, and it's not in my hand, so I guess not.
Fair enough.
But no, it's sometimes I find it like hard. Like after you get like a few good ideas out, then it's like, what now? It does like having multiple people like help you work on like together coming on like lyrics help like.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for most of the songs that I would write myself would be like, I get one solid verse and a chorus, and then I know where I want the song to go, but like everything I was trying to write for that second verse wasn't good enough as the first verse to me, and then that's when you start getting other people's perspectives, I think. But I mean, some songs would take me 2-3 years to actually finish, right? It's like a constant, you're always going back to it, trying to figure it out, and sometimes it never works out, and you never ended up finishing a song, but...
that's one of the things that you just never want to happen. You have like a really good concept, and it's like, okay, I just need to be able to put this on paper, right? So that people could understand what I'm thinking. Then you can't mold it into something beautiful.
Yeah, and in the music industry, a huge thing is writing sessions. Like all the big musicians are going to different writing sessions with professional songwriters, right? And a lot of that, like they're obviously bringing their own ideas, probably very much the same. They're bringing a chorus idea, a verse idea, and they're collecting with 4 other songwriters that all they do is write songs. And that's the reality of what the music industry, for the most part, is right now, because some people, you know, they know what's catchy, they know what works, they've done it so many times, and I think if you're at that level where, you know, you're a professional musician, you're going to be writing your own stuff for sure, but you're also going to be collectively writing with a bunch of different songwriters.
Cool stuff. So let's move down to timeline. Right? So the seed was planted, we'll say, in what was the name of the band again?
Bootleg Glory.
No, the one.
Us and Them.
Us and Them.
Yeah.
Us and Them. And then after high school, where did it go? Like, flourish.
Yeah, so we all slowly, like one by one, moved out to Toronto. Because some of us were going to school there. There's more jobs and opportunities out there. And also the music scene was a lot bigger. There's, you know, instead of 2 places to play in Bowmanville, there's hundreds of places to play all over the city. And you're likely to have more people, important people see you, maybe catch you in a show or something like that. So we all slowly moved out there. I think we played in Toronto. We started getting quite a good following where we could play every single week, and we'd have a ton of people out to shows and different people and playing all around. And then we ended up getting an opportunity to go to a bunch of different colleges and universities on a tour across Canada to do like Frosh weeks and stuff like that for those schools. So we took that. That was a crazy trip across Canada in the winter time because it was like the 2nd semester, so it was like January start or whatever. Not a great time to travel across Canada in a half-broken van, but...
Let me stop you there. How was you know, traveling like with your bandmates? Like,
that's the best experience.
Best experience?
Yeah. For me, and I think for a lot of the guys, like, those are... You don't really remember every show too much because, like, you know, you play the same songs, they kind of all blend together a lot, but you remember all the times, like, all the ridiculous things. I think our van broke down 3 times on the first trip. We had to get 2 flatbed trucks. Eventually, it fully broke down in Alberta, and we had to get a new van.
Wow.
And we had to get the people from the school to come pick us up with our equipment to make it to one of the shows. So, I mean, like, the story is just behind all that, and trying to travel, and getting to see all these places in not like a tourist mentality, but like, it's almost kind of like work. You're living pretty low budget. You're not at the Ritz-Carlton. You're like, you know, wherever you can afford to stay. So you get to see different parts that, you know, you would never get to see across Canada, I think, doing it that way.
And at this point here, did your like popularity rise then?
Well, by the time we finished that, we had gotten a call, an opportunity to move down to Nashville to do more songwriting and to record an album down there. So I guess we got that from it. A lot of it was, you can find a lot of the funny videos. We blogged all the trip across Canada, the first trip, with all the breakdowns and all that. So that kind of got some attention from certain people in the industry that were kind of following us. We had a couple different opportunities. We'd played in New York before for Roadrunner Records, and a couple different, we did a showcase for Warner Music, so we already had kind of people kind of watching us, seeing what we were doing at that point. But, I mean, we didn't gain a whole lot of popularity on the first tour across. In each place you make, you know, maybe 30, 40 new fans in each place, which isn't a whole lot. That's why it takes a really long time to try and make it if you're going to do it that way. If
but
you
it adds up.
Yeah, next time you go back, hopefully, you know, 20 of them will bring another, you know, 20 people out or something like that, and you keep growing your fan base that way. But like I said, if you really like music and have fun doing it, that's kind of should be your #1 goal. It's just to keep having fun. Like, that was the funnest 3-4 weeks of my life, just traveling across with all my best friends across Canada playing music, right?
And you said that you blogged the entire like first tour.
Yep.
So at that point, was that just, you know, to put the cool fun memories online somewhere, or was it, you know, like as a marketing kind of thing?
It's funny. It was actually, we were already recording like everything. Just we didn't know what we wanted to do with it.
Yeah.
And then because the van kept breaking down, it was very stressful. So I remember I was just started compiling it and making it into like little episodes just to take my mind off of everything about like how we're literally sleeping in a van waiting for Game Tire to open so they could fix our van. Right? So I think that's, you know, that's what started, and then people thought it was hilarious. So our first tour, we initially called the 35% chance of survival tour as a joke. And it was like legitimately the odds. I think we like overshot on the odds.
Yeah, because I know that nowadays, social media is like a big part of, you know, garnering an audience for like any sort of musical artist.
Yep.
And it's like imperative that you like manage
Yeah,
that.
and that I don't think it was as much like we had never seen anybody do it. We kind of just thought, well, we're gonna take videos for our own memories on our own phones. And then it got stressful, so we started compiling it, and we're like, oh, we'll put it on. And, you know, we had, like, parents being like, we're calling them, hey, we're broken down and we didn't even make it to Sudbury and we're about an hour out and we're in a van waiting for a flatbed truck to take us out and it's been 2 hours, got no heat. And it's again in January, so it was kind of, we got to also show them, be like, oh yeah, if you want to see, and they'd be like fearing watching, like, oh god, I don't want to see this next episode, like how bad this is going. But yeah, it's so much more important now. That's a huge part of it. If you have a big following, that's like the first step to really making it, because like I said, you're going to be able to write with people and the professionals. If you can say to somebody, I have 40,000, 50,000 people following me already, then your influence is that much more, and that's it's different than it was even 10 years ago for that.
So this first tour, right? What happened after?
After we went down, we went to Nashville just to record like a 4-song EP. We put that out. We got to do another tour across Canada, which went a lot smoother. It wasn't nearly as entertaining to watch on YouTube, but we documented that as well. We played that, and then we got to go down to Nashville, and we got to live there for a couple of years, and we recorded a full-length album at that point, put that out, and we traveled around the States at this point, and did like schools, and we got to play even the Bridgestone Arena for like a Predators game, which was really cool. That was like probably the pinnacle moment.
So were the crowds in Canada better than the crowds in the US? Or which one do you prefer?
We always liked playing in Toronto. Like it was all, we get a lot more of our friends there as well, and like, we had a better following in Toronto in that area. So those were always definitely the most fun shows. But it was really cool to get to see all these different places, like go to Baltimore. I would have never went to Baltimore probably in my life unless I went there for that. And in the music industry, one thing that I really liked was the community feel, right? So you play with these bands from all over, and then you would try and set them up with shows and stuff like that in spots where you could draw more people and stuff like that. And everyone was, for the most part, pretty friendly. Obviously, you have, just like anything in life. But
fair share,
Yeah.
So basically, from all of that, what I'm hearing is that Canada's superior to the US, something that I already knew.
Yeah.
So in Nashville, was that you lived there for 2 years? That was like with like a record label, or like how'd that like?
Yeah, so we actually, it's kind of a weird setup, but we lived in the studio. There was like 3 floors to the record company, and like the main floor was all the offices. The basement, which was kind of like a basement, was where the actual recording studio was, and there was like apartments on the top floor of it, so we lived up there with a kitchen. And we all lived very close quarters.
Can you cook?
I can, because our drummer and bass player were great cooks, and eventually I asked them, like, hey, you guys got to teach me your guys' way. So now I can cook. When I went there, I could not cook.
Alright, see, I can cook. Good thing that you can cook too, alright? My perspective, you just went up by 800%.
Yeah. Cooking, there's nothing like cooking. Actually, I never understood why people were like, I really like cooking, or like relaxes me, or like I enjoy it. I'm like, before I was like, I didn't understand it. But when you get good at it, it's like, yeah, it's kind of, you get everything just right and in place, and get everything timed out nicely.
Get some good music in the background.
Get some music in the background.
Start jamming.
Yeah, exactly. We good?
I guess there's nothing else for the record label thing, like living across, like.
Yeah. So I mean, it was really cool because we got to be really hands-on. We could go down to the studio at any hour of the night, and we had access to that, which was really helpful in songwriting and song development. And just getting to be in the office, I got to learn a lot about online marketing at that point. We learned, a ton from our manager and from the people that work there of how to do things for our band, which in turn helped me later in my own career afterwards of how to market, I guess, is kind of what I learned most from. But everybody was learning different things at that point. Some people learned a lot about sales and stuff like that as well, and distribution side of the music industry. There's a ton of different departments in the music industry, like playing the music and being the artist is like a very small portion of the whole music industry.
Yeah, people like, or at least in rapping, people that know most about, like people who put together the beats, whatever, people that mix and master.
Yep.
I gotta clear the samples if there are any.
Yeah.
Right. Management, and then like just a lot more.
And you got your booking for shows, your actual distribution channels, like how you're getting the music out there.
Yeah.
Then your marketing, your social media, like there's so much
all of that.
involved in that. I would say the actual artists in the music industry probably makes up like 5% of what the music industry is, right? Creates a lot of jobs for other people as well, which is good.
All right, now seeing your overall story timeline of your band and your success there, what would you say is like the bare bones template for any artist that's trying? You know what, like I love doing this. I wanna bring it farther. I wanna do it better, harder, stronger, better. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I don't know if people probably know Megan Patrick. She went to school. I think she went to BHS. That's whatever. We won't talk about that. But she was from Bowmanville, and she was an artist that constantly just she wanted to go further and do more and be better all the time. And she's won Junos now. She's won CCMAs. She's won so many different awards, and like that was the one artist. We all wanted to have fun and play and do that, but she had that extra drive to always want to keep going forward no matter what. Like it doesn't matter what somebody told her, she would just keep trying. So that dedication and the hard work that you have to put into it, like everybody wants the end result. I want to be famous, but a lot of people don't really want to put in that work to get there, right? So it's a lot of work. You really got to love music because it's gonna be, there's a ton of rejection in music industry. You gotta have fun. I don't know. If you're having fun, you're going the right way. If you're not having fun, try something different.
All right, so that closes up the first part of this interview. Afterwards, he'll play a song for us. Maybe we'll get some cool, fun stuff after or something like that. I'm keeping it vague as possible because I don't know what's happening myself.
Neither do
All
I.
right. Catch y'all in 2, 3, 5 minutes.